The 1920s in America were a time of great excitement and change. New technologies like cars, radios, and telephones were changing how people lived. The economy was booming, and many people invested in the stock market hoping to get rich quick. It felt like the good times would never end. However, beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. Farmers struggled with low crop prices. Factories produced more goods than people could buy. Many people bought stocks with borrowed money, hoping to get rich quickly. This risky investing inflated the stock market to unsustainable levels. The end of World War I also played a role in the coming depression. The war had devastated Europe, and American farmers and factories had lost their biggest customers. Germany, saddled with war debt, struggled to rebuild its economy. This global instability would soon have a ripple effect on the United States. By the late 1920s, warning signs were flashing, but most people ignored them. The stock market continued to soar, fueled by speculation and easy credit. Few could predict the devastation that awaited, a crash that would send shockwaves around the world. The stock market crash began on October 24, 1929, a day known as Black Thursday. Panicked investors rushed to sell their stocks, but there were few buyers. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, a key measure of the market, plummeted. The crash continued for days, wiping out billions of dollars in wealth. Banks failed as people withdrew their savings and businesses closed their doors. Unemployment skyrocketed, leaving millions without jobs or homes. The Great Depression had begun. The crisis quickly spread beyond America's borders. European nations, still recovering from World War I, relied heavily on American loans and investments. When the American economy collapsed, the flow of money dried up, sending shockwaves through Europe. The interconnected nature of the global economy meant that the crisis in America reverberated around the world. Countries that depended on exports to the United States, like those in Latin America, suffered as demand for their goods plummeted. The world was plunged into the Great Depression. In 1933, Franklin Delano Roosevelt became President of the United States. He promised a New Deal for the American people, a series of programs designed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. The New Deal created jobs through programs like the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, and the Works Progress Administration, or WPA. These programs put millions of Americans to work building roads, bridges, parks, and public buildings. The New Deal also provided financial assistance to farmers, regulated the stock market, and established Social Security, a safety net for the elderly and unemployed. These programs helped to alleviate suffering and stabilize the economy. While the New Deal did not end the Great Depression, it provided a lifeline for millions of Americans. It marked a turning point in American history, with the government taking a more active role in the economy and the well-being of its citizens. The Great Depression dragged on throughout the 1930s, but the outbreak of World War II in 1939 would ultimately help to pull America out of its economic slump. The war effort created a massive demand for goods and labor, leading to a surge in industrial production. Factories that had been idle during the Depression roared back to life, producing tanks, planes, ships, and munitions. Millions of men and women left their homes to work in factories or serve in the military, drastically reducing unemployment. Government spending on the war effort further stimulated the economy. While the war was a time of great sacrifice, it also marked a period of economic recovery for the United States. The Great Depression was a time of immense hardship and suffering, but it also revealed the resilience of the human spirit and the power of collective action. The lessons learned from this dark chapter in history continue to shape our understanding of economics and the role of government in society.